Hey folks, how's it going? We are checking out a new show, man. This is Men Behaving Badly. And I do know Harry Enfield is in this. I've seen him doing the Kevin and Perry thing. And also he's done a few other sketch stuff on the Harry Enfield Show. I believe it's what it was called. I've been watching it in a while. I could be getting the name wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's called the Harry Enfield Show. I think this show was in the 90s. I could be wrong, but I think it came out in the 90s. And yeah, this show has been on the poll for a little bit, and it finally won. So my expectations aren't extremely high for this show. I do know a little bit about Harry, just because I've seen some of his stuff before, but I try not to go into stuff with really high expectations, because that's when you usually end up getting let down doing things like that. The first few episodes of a show usually aren't amazing. You have to get to know the characters and all that jazz, so that's usually how it goes. You get to kind of like get a feel for the comedy style of the show, and it goes from there. It usually takes a couple episodes to go. Every so often, the first episode is the banger. You just never know for sure, but a lot of times it takes a couple episodes. But yeah, man, I am looking forward to this. This has been on poll for a while, so let's just go ahead and jump into it, and we'll talk about it more at the end. Late 20s, early 30s. Yeah, she looks a bit young, even right there. With just a robe and stuff on, he might be in his mid 20s. Is that a tea bag?
I left your tea bag in.
Oh.
I thought my tongue had fallen out for a minute.
Well, you won't be needing your tongue now Lisa's ditched you, will you?
We're supposed to be going on holiday together. I've already bought my flip-flops.
You can't afford a holiday.
Yes, I can. Tax rebate.
Tax rebate? You've never stayed in a job long enough to pay tax.
Well, maybe they give you money back if you collect enough P45s. I'll buy Lisa a fabulous present. Something with a lot of straps.
Aren't you forgetting something?
Do I owe you some of this?
No, damn it, you owe me all of it. If you buy so much as a newspaper with it, I'll nail your head to the fridge. How am I supposed to keep this mortgage up if you don't pay the rent?
You could always sell one of your kidneys.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. Well, it's always going to be sad when you first split up with someone, isn't it? You remember all the little things you used to do together? What was she like in bed? Was she a moaner or a screamer?
Of course.
I'm cooking tonight. What do you fancy?
Anything that takes my mind off sex.
Such a dude thing to do.
Toad in the hole. Couple of dumplings.
Dorothy coming over tonight?
Ooh, I don't know. Just turns up these days. I'm going to dump her.
Why?
Well, we've been going out together for 2 years. She's worn out.
Cold-blooded. Bogus.
I mean, she used to be really enthusiastic in bed.
And then she met you.
Yeah. No. I mean, she knows what I like. I know what she likes. After a while, you want it the way you like it.
But with someone else.
Yeah.
So how are you going to tell her?
Well, I have to make it look like it's her decision.
Start with the moody silence, eh?
Yeah, I'll give her a couple of hours moody silence.
Loll your head a bit.
Yeah. Lull my head, moody silence. Then I'll ask her for my keys back, say I need a bit of time to discover myself. She'll say, that's it, our relationship's going backwards, let's call it a day. Then I'll look shattered.
Call her a cab before she changes her mind.
Yeah, good idea. And I'll stand in the window all sort of tearful, waving the cab off, my little eyes all wet, lip all quivery. Then you and me can go and get a pizza.
That sounds very fair.
Cold-blooded. Let the turtles
That's
ball
the
it.
thing, isn't it? I mean, 20 years ago, when men had no respect for women, they just used to say, you're chucked. But now we do respect them. We have to lie to them sensitively. Depressed, poor, totally shagged out.
How'd it go this morning?
I was very busy. I'd spend half the morning hiding inside a kitchen cabinet until it calmed down.
You did?
Standard of workmanship in those cabinets is incredible, you know. I mean, you expect the odd screwhead to show, wouldn't you?
You should be out there, selling, pushing yourself, shouldn't he, George?
Yes, you've got to be aggressive.
It's simple. I'm going to turn you into a salesman.
Wait, what is he trying to say?
Show me what you can do. Sell that to George.
Do you want to buy this, George?
Not really.
He doesn't want to buy again.
Yeah, that's my sales skills
Let's
right
recreate
there.
market conditions. You're trying to sell this security device to George, who's a little old lady.
Could I be Welsh?
Eh?
I'd like to be a little old Welsh lady.
If it helps, yeah.
Have I got to be Welsh too? It always comes out Pakistani.
It doesn't bloody matter. Just do it, will you? This is for your benefit.
Madam, the impregnatron door clamp provides a second line of defence against unwelcome guests.
Well, that's a mercy.
I'll just get my assistant to show you how it works. This mobile marvel fits easily over handles, rendering the door unopenable.
Yes, thank you. Well, I'll have one of those.
Great. So, when do you leave Wales and come to London, then?
Oh, there's quite a funny story attached to that.
Oh, these dudes. They'll be goofy.
We were out gathering slate and so
All
on.
right, you two.
Oh, I enjoyed that. Can I play it with a stutter next?
No. Dermot, have you got me the money?
Are they gonna get stuck in there, dude?
All right.
Yeah, all right. It would have taken 400 strong Japanese working round the clock to come up with an idea like that. Even the most determined intruder will have trouble in.
Pop right out.
You're like a bull in a china shop, aren't you?
Fell asleep against this woman on the bus. She was all right until we got to Oxford Circus and I started dribbling on her shoulder.
Slice that, will you? Don't tell me your new employers didn't offer you a cigar and a seat on the board.
Didn't offer me any kind of seat. I was standing up all day, fantasizing about sofas.
That makes a change from your usual fantasies about semi-naked women in bits of white underwear.
Not really. These sofas already had semi-naked women in them. They squeezed up to let me sit down.
That's your trouble. You're obsessed with sex.
It's your fault. You keep on giving me suggestive food.
You get turned over my liver, bro.
What are you cooking, anyway?
Well, it's basically an adaptation of a Persian dish in a rather subtle juniper sauce, followed by jelly and ice cream.
With hundreds and thousands?
Yeah.
Good. Need something to take my mind off Lisa.
Yeah.
I taught her all my best beer mat tricks, you know. Why did she leave me?
Perhaps she shouldn't have slept with her best friend.
Bro.
Women
Dude.
don't like that much, do they? Her
She's a
teeth went all
goofball.
kind of clenched, like in Dallas. You sure you know what you're doing?
Yeah?
She taught you everything you know.
Like what?
Well, sex. The way I'd heard it, you'd been pressing all the wrong buttons down there for years.
Dang.
Well, she put me right in a few technical details, yes.
She said it was like sleeping with a badly informed Labrador.
Dang.
Oh, honestly, the potholes in your road. Nearly came off my bike twice. 12-hour shift without so much as a Mars bar between bed pans. What's the matter with your neck? The funniest thing happened to me at the hospital today. This bloke came in with an aubergine.
Dorothy! Can you pay a bit of attention? I mean, something's wrong here.
Oh, is that what it is?
Look, I'd like my keys back.
You want to finish with me, is that it?
God, that didn't take long.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah.
No.
He wasn't patient at all.
I just think that we both need more time on my own. To
Discover myself.
thank you. To discover myself. I mean, it's nothing to do with you. It's all me. I mean,
Was making her idea. What
personal
happened to that?
space thing, and I need the personal space to discover the person within myself. It's a voyage of discovery. Ness.
Oh my God, he's tripping out.
You see what
this
I mean?
is terrible.
I'll leave you two to it.
Obviously, you don't go out with the person for 2 years without...
I know. I'm upset too.
I was going to say without wanting to try out a few other people.
There's no need to be callous.
Dang.
No, if you want to finish it, fine. I'll just have to go on with my life. See how things work out with Graham.
With who?
Graham.
Sure to guess my man, bro.
Friend.
What sort of friend?
Friend. You know, friend.
What, the talking to kind of friend or the taking each other's clothes off kind of friend?
But Gary, I'm not
That's
going into
correct,
it.
isn't it? I mean, you're honest with someone, you make a commitment to them, and then you find out they've got a bloody friend.
Yeah, dude, you wanted this, man.
What's this friend got that I haven't?
Well, he doesn't just sit there adjusting his underwear. He talks to me.
I talk to you.
He's sensitive.
I'm sensitive.
He's a doctor.
I'm sensitive.
I wanted to ask you a favour. I don't have a spare set of front door keys, and I was hoping I could borrow some from you.
Oh, look. Here are some.
Let's get the girls' keys, bro.
These three for our front door, in case your facilities haven't been connected up yet and you need to borrow some electricity or something.
Thanks, that's kind. Oh, wait. I've brought a little moving-in present.
Oh, thanks.
Chocolates. They're Belgian.
Never mind, that's lovely.
Brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
Wait a minute. I've got a present for you. I'll go and get it.
Unfortunately, chocolate irritates Gary's bowels.
Oh, dear. Well, it's so difficult to know what to buy, especially for men.
I find Gary responds well to anything from a toy shop.
I bought this to give to whoever moved in upstairs.
And you think it's appropriate, do you?
Absolutely. You can read that and then try out some of the ideas on that.
It's a porn magazine for sure.
Oh, you
It's for
really
sure.
didn't have to.
Oh, it's a sex
Let's
book.
make love, your guide to improbable sex. Well, you don't waste much time, do you?
Right. Thank you.
Dorothy.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
Excuse us. It's meant to be a cookery book.
You are pathetic.
Damn.
Sorry about my flatmate. How embarrassing. Now, let me take this off you and burn it.
I ought to be going.
What, so soon?
Let's get together sometime.
For a meal or just swimming?
She fancies me.
She fancies me.
Alright, so I feel like it's a good start to the series, man. Got to know each character a little bit. I don't really know the names just yet. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try. But the guy who's not Harry Enfield, they're both goofy, you know, kind of like typical guys. I don't know their ages, but I'm guessing they're in like their mid-20s. I'm gonna go with that. I'm guessing they're both supposed to be like in their mid to early 20s, maybe. And the guy who's not Harry Enfield seems like the most responsible one. Even though he's still goofy and not really good with relationships, he's the most responsible one. He keeps a job, pays all the bills, takes the type of stuff seriously, trying to cook different meals, all that. Harry's very irresponsible, probably doesn't hold down jobs frequently, never helps with the bills, then also makes really dumb decisions like cheating on his girlfriend and such. And can't quite wrap his head around why she broke up with him. And clearly it's because he cheated on her. You know, he's very, very silly. So looks like throughout the series, Harry Enfield is going to be like this irresponsible guy who probably can never hold a job down. And I'm guessing neither one of them are going to be able to keep women consistently. I don't know. The girl did take the other guy back pretty fast, though. After she just showed she had interest in another guy, she knew how to kind of manipulate him right back into her arms. And even though he screwed up and gave that lady the book, and she ran off, I don't know, she might come back. I don't know. So she might be somebody who he goes back and forth with, or it might be the last time we see her. Who knows? But yeah, they're both kind of goofy in regards to like relationship stuff, and that might be their thing where they can't really keep women, and they might constantly screw up, and that might be just like, you know, the comedy factor in that. I assumed that was going to be a porn magazine. I think it was pretty obvious, seeing as how he's so horny all the time. He just constantly, you know, he brought up sex quite a few times, and, you know, he assumed that it was going to be a porn magazine. Or something sexual, I should say, and it was a book on sex. But I did think it was going to be just a nudie mag, you know? He definitely didn't waste any time on that breakup when he was the little moody part. He's supposed to sit there and go through the silent thing. He spent a few seconds on it, then went straight to the point and started his way through the entire thing. He botched the entire breakup. He did such a terrible job with that. But yeah, man, I feel like this is a good start to the show, man. I look forward to checking out the rest. All right, folks, that is it. That is all for this one. Hopefully, you guys are happy, safe, and healthy. I'll see you in the next one. Later.